Good afternoon, NEARCON. I hope you're all well fed and well inspired by Ilya's talk earlier. This afternoon is not going to be less inspiring, but maybe even more so. We're going to start this afternoon with a talk from Geier from Mintbase, who's going to show us about innovation and AI in conjunction with NFTs. We're going to have a few more talks that are going to be as interesting and as inspiring for sure. But first of all, please let me introduce Geier from Mintbase, who's talking about innovations in AI, account abstraction, and NFTs today. Welcome, Nate.
Hello, hello. My goal is to get as many buzzwords up on the screen as possible. So thank you. If you've heard about account abstraction and AI and NFTs, then this talk is for you. So I don't really like just talking about stuff. I'd rather show you guys. So I'm gonna have this QR code up the entire time. So if you get bored of me talking, just hit the same. It always goes to the same. What you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be creating a wallet using the Mintbase wallet. You're going to save your private keys directly to passkey. No seed phrases, none of that saving thing. And you're gonna mint a picture of an NFT using our meta transaction relayer, where you don't have to have any crypto to do that. And then something maybe special will happen, probably not, because ChatGPT's OpenAI system is actually down right now, sadly, for the first time in 90 days. It literally went down like an hour ago. We were gonna do an airdrop to all the people that minted on stage, but it's gonna be a good talk. That's how crazy the stuff is that we're working on. And you can also gamify it. So the more pictures you take at NEARCON, the more you go up in the leaderboard. Ruben is killing it, and you can get rewards. So basically, Mintbase, if you've heard of us, we've been around for a long time. We're doing a lot. How many of you have heard of an NFT project that has product market fit right now? Nobody, right? OpenSea, maybe. What's that? Which one? Huh? Yeah. Got it. Understood. It's a short time. So maybe there's a couple that have found product market fit, but product market fit's tough, right? I didn't see a whole room raise their hand. So what we're doing is we're doing a lot. You know, we're pushing, we know NFTs are the future. We've built our own fully interoperable indexer. We have an Explorer, we have templates, which I'll show. We have a marketplace where you can buy and sell in USDC, USDT. We have a Stripe connection. We have our own wallet, a fully operated creator suite where you can deploy a contract, mint on those things. We're doing a lot because we know all of this is gonna come together eventually. We've been around for a while. We started in 2018. We were the first NFT system that actually issued tickets for the Metacartel demo day in Berlin in 2019. We did NFT NYC. We also went to festivals and did weird art projects where we issued out and auctioned art pieces with multiple people and did the purchases and issued out funds to all these different artists. That got us deadmau5 because we were the first ones that actually went out and did an activation at a festival. We got them for free. Ask any BD team. They're paying a ton of money for a lot of these projects to work with them. They just saw us as being the innovator beacon and went with it. But we got and we did the NEARCON ticketing. So we're constantly basically pushing the activation. We want to see what happens. You know, we just do an activation. We see how it goes. We hope for the best. But we just got slammed in the last year we're just exhausted. Seed phrases are such a pain in the buttocks. People having to have NEAR to interact with our DApp. I don't know if you're familiar with, but even if they do go create an account, they have a zero balance. If they want to connect to Mintbase, then they have to pay NEAR. So what do? We say, oh, by the way, thanks for doing the seed phrase thing. Can you actually also go to Coinbase or MoonPay, go through the KYC process, and eventually you will buy your thing? So seed phrases, passkeys, and all these things are really, really complicated. So let's say someone sends you a link on Telegram. You have to then go fire up a wallet through the App Store, do the seed phrase, save that to passkey, hopefully, then go through Coinbase. Or maybe you, whoops, the doozies, we're going, whoa, it goes both ways. Oh, back. Okay, so another crazy thing that you guys aren't familiar with, but if you've ever used Chrome, used a wallet, loaded the seed phrases, And then all of a sudden you go to a link on Telegram, it actually boots up an internal browser on Safari and you lose all those seed phrases. The same thing happens with Magic Link. You have internal browsers within your mail app, and it's just a pain in the buttocks. So basically, this is what we're trying to overcome with our system, right? It's how do we get someone to buy an effing NFT through this? It's just impossible. So basically, I told my team, and we did some deep thinking. We're like, shoot, should we stay on NEAR? Our entire world are basically people that have NEAR, which is not a ton of people in the world. Should we look at EVMs? What should we do? AI is becoming a thing. So I just said, team, stop everything what you're doing. Just do whatever you want. And so Microchip just went to town and started futzing around with OpenAI. He created these 2 ChatGPT plugins. And we were like, okay, can we actually not only query all the information on NEAR, like what tokens do you own, but can we also do actions based on these searches? So that led us down this giant account abstraction rabbit hole. Do we stay on NEAR? Do we go to EVM where the users are at? And so what really kind of pushed us to stay on NEAR is the account abstraction system. Nobody's going to care what chain you're on in the future, as long as it's still around, validators are still running, and you know, this item that we have could be fractions of a penny, or it could be worth several millions of dollars. It could represent the title of a home. That's where we're heading, and so we go, okay, what is NEAR's account abstraction system? So on Ethereum, you have your EOA. They're trying to push everyone to move to this contract-based system, which means you have to deploy a contract for every single user. And EOAs are trying to just get rid of those. Those are your normal MetaMask accounts. You have to pay a lot of money to deploy a contract. And then it just gets weird from there. In NEAR, you have Nate.NEAR. It's both a contract and an account system. So I can have hundreds of keys tethered to that account. And each access key can do crazier things, like full access key can do whatever you want. You can have multiples of those. You can issue out keys that just says, okay, you only have an allowance to do X, Y, and Z. Every time you connect to Mintbase, we create a key for you that says, hey, can we actually use 0.25 of your NEAR to do whatever we want? And you can scale that to hundreds of millions, but don't trust that app that does that, because then they take all your NEAR. Either way, the main point is that it's incredibly flexible. You can also remove these keys whenever you want. If you have a full access key, you could say, I don't want to give access, I don't want to give access, I don't want to give access. And you can even get rid of all of the access keys, which means you can no longer upgrade this contract. That's pretty phenomenal. That's not needing to deploy new contracts. It's just a way it works. So let's say on Mintbase, we have these 2 different functions. Every single store you deploy on Mintbase, we have a full access key of your store. That means we can upgrade it. So let's say the standards change a little bit and we need to have a new metadata update process. We want your contract to be up to date. We could do that. We can also destroy your contract and take all of your users away. Scary, right? But here's the other piece. You can actually, as the owner of that store, add your own key and remove Mintbase's key. And now we can't have access to that. If your users don't even trust you, you could say, well, we removed all the keys. These NFTs will be this forever. It's really up to you. So we're here to keep pushing and figuring out how to make the system work. So let's go back to how do we get mass adoption? We don't want to deal with this whole people don't have any NEAR and solve it in the way that we can. So on ChatGPT, we created a relayer. Sergio pioneered this piece that basically says you don't need NEAR. You can sign your own messages, and we will pay for that transaction. So if you're still hitting this QR code, it's the same one. Has anyone actually created a wallet from the QR code? Nice, we got 2. Have you minted a Minsta yet? Oh, we got one mint. That's exciting. So that's the proof is in the pudding. I love that we're now in this space where we're like not talking about the future of this stuff anymore. We have QR codes that says, let's use the tech. And it's not just for us or for you, it's for your users and your clients, knowing that they might not have understanding of how seed phrases work, and it's still completely non-custodial. So we're like, okay, how do we prove this? So we started with this Rakshid Bandhan activation using Minsta. It's the same thing that kind of hit with this. It's in August. Basically, the goal was, can we get folks as part of this festival to take a picture of their bracelet transition process folks who didn't have any blockchain experience, and can they mint and be part of this system? That was the first proof, and it worked. So Near APAC was like, hey, that was cool, can we do the same thing? And we're like, okay. 3 days later, we were able to repackage that exact same system and then have it up. That took 3 days. So the NEARCON app, I think, took us less than 10 minutes to be able to repackage. It's open source. You can basically create this base bond system, and you can tweak it to however you want. One of my ideas is, have you guys ever done a punch card system? Like, why not use a Minsta to basically take a picture that proves that you were at a location for brunch, and if you do that 10 Sundays in a row, you get, the 5th lunch free. Like, you guys take it and make a gazillion bucks off that idea, that would make me super happy. So please go here and see what's up. So what I was going to do, we're doing a ton of innovation in ChatGPT, which is fascinating. I wish I could show you what I would have done. We could have generated an image, minted it, transferred those NFTs directly from 2 prompts within our system, but I can't today because it's very down. But you guys can go ahead and mess around on our client. You can go ahead and hit ai.mintbase.xyz. We actually just opened it up to ChatGPT 4 Turbo, and because OpenAI just reduced their cost by 8x 2 days ago. So then imagine where we're heading with this sort of stuff. I can generate an image, deploy a contract, mint and transfer to several different people. What I wanted to do is say, give me the last 5 people that minted on our NEARCON contract and transfer this generated image of a rabbit and send it to you. That was the goal. It worked 2 hours ago. But catch me next time. So just go in here and mess around. It's not perfect, but just know that this whole world is growing. I don't know if you guys understand all the different plugins that are happening. Zapier, if anybody knows what Zapier is, it's this thing where you can add a record into Google Sheets when something else happens. I had a moment where I was like, oh, we should hook up into Zapier, but then you realize there's no more need for Zapier because Google Sheets will be able to have its own plugin where you can add an NFT, and when that gets minted, you can go away from the whole Zapier system. It is Zapier. So go ahead and mess around. And then you can't, this is Mintbase. I was going to say, well, go to Mintbase because you can see your NFTs that I just airdropped from ChatGPT there, but obviously not. So we're here for the long haul. We have over 1,000 contracts deployed on Ethereum. We have over 1,500 deployed on Near. Over 8,000 minters are cranking, and we're tracking over 3 million NFTs. So it's an exciting time. And I have a few more seconds. And yeah, here was my frog that I deployed just recently. And let's go ahead and maybe 1 second, maybe it refreshes and it's green. No. Anyways, so I'm going to end the talk now. Come join us. Fork at Minsta. We have a couple bounties on the hackathon. So you can fork our Minsta, deploy your own system, tweak a little thing here or there. You'll also notice all the descriptions are AI generated. So if you take a picture of yourself in front of, I don't know, a post that says, hey now, it'll actually write out the entire description that says, this is a man who took a picture that says, hey now, I know it's not gender correct, but right now we're just happy to be playing around with the technology. So with that further ado, come and explore and experiment with us. Thanks.
Thank you, Nate.